UFC 318 is here, and we have some bangers. Even though we didn't think it was going to be, they are here and they are good. So we're going to go through them real quick, and I just want to give you a quick rundown of what I'm thinking on the betting scene, right? So we got Carly Judice and Nicole Cagliari. This one is very, very hard to say, but these women should go to the decision. None of them should get finished. The only finish that I think is possible is Nicole Cagliari by submission if she gets her on the ground. Carly Judice, though, is somebody who is a butcher on the feet. Nicole she can get to the bell. I mean, she withstand a lot of front pressure from Ernesta, and she was able to go ahead and weather the storm. Decision, very likely here. That's all I would like to say on that. Bruno Fajeda, finish, very likely. His opponent's on short notice, and he's 6-0 and has all finishes. Maybe that's hopeful, but Bruno is a killer on the feet and has grappling now, so that's that. Ryan Spann, I've seen him beat Anthony Smith to death almost and lose the fight. So clearly the organization has something against him. He knows not to go to judging anymore. He's going to go ahead and finish Lucas Dretsky. He finished OSP by submission. I think he'll knock Lucas Dretsky out. Easy. Jimmy Crute, another one of these guys that goes to split decision at best in most cases I'm seeing. And Jimmy Crute is probably going to lose to Prachniow. By judge's call maybe, or they slug it out and finish. I don't know. Who's to say on this one? You know, I'm not looking forward to this too much. The next one I'm looking forward to between Adam Fugit and Islam Dulatov. These guys hopefully finish each other, and I hope Islam is the one to do that. We get somebody from Germany, we get some representation, and that's going to be very, very cool. And I really expect him to go out here and murder this guy. That's what he seems like people are touting to be. I know we often do that with prospects. The next one we're going to talk about too, but Islam Dulatov, go ahead and finish him somehow. Let's get it done. Now, Gutierrez versus Robert Valentine. This is another one of these big, stocky guys that comes out here and throws big punches and knocks people out. Will he gas out is going to be the question always in these fights. Now, will Robert Valentine not get knocked out? I don't know. I can't tell you that. Will he take the shots? I don't know. But he is a grappling god. He will go out here and submit Gutierrez if he gasses out. I think that is going to be the play. Take Robert Valentine by submission. Sorry to tell you guys. Next fight, we got Francisco Prado versus Nicolau Veretennikov. Tennikov got finished on, I think it was short notice. Him and his opponent, he got finished by him, and he sucks. And Prado, I don't even know who this dude is. I've probably seen him fight. Just go ahead and say one of them is going to finish each other, and that's all I would say there. Next one, Marvin Vettori, Brendan Allen. These guys willingly will slug it out in the casino. I think we're going to see just more of that in the cage. We're going to see Marvin Vettori get punched in the face. That is his patented move. Brendan Allen, going to see him strike with confidence. I'm going to hope that is the case because he looks very good sometimes. Brendan Allen looked very good on the feet against Chris Curtis in the rematch. I think that should be very telling in this. Marvin Vettori is just going to get punched. And I think Brendan Allen should starch him on the feet. Clip it, chat. Let's get this dub. Even though I've oftentimes not even liked Brendan Allen. So the fact that I'm being realistic here and taking him, we'll see. But Vettori, it wouldn't surprise me if this is the dog to win. I'm just really hopeful Brendan Allen does what he did in the casino and just blasts him with the 1-2. But I digress. Next fight, you have Kyler Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira. Kyler Phillips did not show a good performance against Rob Font. Vinicius Oliveira is 10 times better than Rob Font, especially when it comes to youth and what he's able to create with the opportunities that he has in the cage. He is very good at capitalizing, and I tell you, he's fucking talented. I thought he was going to lose to Saeed, but he didn't, and that was surprising to me. And I'm a big fan of him, but I was just trying to be realistic. Same with Brendan Allen, just because I like you or hate you doesn't mean I have to, let that be a deciding factor. Vinicius Oliveira is that guy. I see it now. I saw it in the first fight. Second fight, I was worried with the opponent, but he beat somebody that worried me. That means he's good. That happens often. And that doesn't mean that I'm a hater. That means this was a good competition for him. Kyler Phillips, in my opinion, the skill level is a little down. It's a little down from Saeed, but I digress. Michael Johnson and Daniel Zellhuber, they are coming in here to open the main card, and Michael Johnson is very old. Daniel Zellhuber has 2 losses. We should go ahead and get this dub here. I don't think we'll see something similar to like Grant Dawson and Bobby Green. It just won't be something like that. They should go ahead and trade, and Daniel Zellhuber should win this fight. That's a very confident pick. Minus 650 is tough. You should maybe take KO or decision, or go ahead and just take the KO. I think he should finish Michael Johnson. That is my opinion right there. Shout out Mexico. Going into the next one, you have Dan Ige and Patricio Pitbull. This one is a very, very fun fight. Dan Ige is one of my favorites. I love when this guy performs because he can do everything. Patricio Pitbull, though, unfortunately, if I'm being realistic, I think this is hopefully the performance that he could have to keep his name around. He gets a split decision win against Dan Ige, where Dan Ige is very slow and is trying to capitalize on a lot of power shots, while Patricio is leading the dance with a lot of volume. Case closed. Even though I want Dan Ige to win, I think if I pick the favorite here, because I'm trying not to be as favorite heavy, I feel like it'll bite me in the butt for being a fan of Dan Ige, even though he's just a Chad in the cage. He's not somebody that necessarily is always going to give you a win. That's the problem. Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez. I really have to keep this one short and sweet. Kevin Holland should finish Daniel Rodriguez because the skill gap is so giant here. Kevin Holland is able to do everything inside the cage. Daniel Rodriguez is able to throw meaty slugs. Kevin Holland, by finish, get this one done. Holy shit. You have Paulo Costa and Roman Kopylov. I think this is going to be a telling performance of where Roman Kopylov's skill set lies in the division. And hear me out why. These guys are going to strike early. Yes, Paulo Costa is going to strike, and he's going to look maybe decent, maybe even win round one. Roman Kopylov, though, is very good on the feet, should make it close. If it's a round one loss for him, it should be only by one judge kind of deal. Then Roman Kopylov should gas Paulo Costa out and then use his takedowns. And what I think Roman Kopylov should do at that point, if this is something that he's honed in on for this performance, once Paulo Costa is gassed and he can get him down with the new wrestling that he has, because he's actually very good, he should do what Fluffy did to Roman Kopylov and choke him out and get the finish by submission. Then you establish that you are somebody that, one, will go for a finish no matter what the circumstances, and two, shows that you have grappling to the max in your bag. People will talk about the performance like, oh, it's Paulo Costa, you submitted Paulo Costa, but I don't think he's been submitted that many times. So it'll be hard, and I'm not saying it's going to be an easy one. Crazy to say I just said Roman Kopylov by submission, but hear me out, boys. I don't make the playbook, so if he don't follow it, that's up to him. You know, we don't really speak the same language. So either way, going into the main event, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, these guys are going to slug it out. And I think I've said a lot of split decisions on this video, and I was going to say Dustin Poirier split decision by the damaging shots and the more impactful shots landed in his hometown. I figured the judges would give it to him, but I'm going to be a little spicy on the video for you guys, right? I think Max Holloway should dog walk Dustin Poirier. I think he should get it done. He has had more impressive recent performances, in my opinion. I mean, Dustin's have been good, but Max is really, really good right now. So, that being said, Max should get a decision win if Dustin Poirier is absolutely a warrior, but if Max is going to get a TKO victory, I don't know if it's that far-fetched, you know? I just think this will be a very, very good fight. I think these guys will go on here and give us a war. This is the main event BMF that we needed. And if it ends on retirement with the belt getting laid down, that would be pretty fire, but it is what it is. Max Holloway, go ahead and get this win for us. That was 318, guys, and I hope a lot of things go right for me. Make sure you're here on Saturday. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. Leave a comment if anything that I've said hurt your feelings. But if not, you know where I'm going to be watching these fights with you guys Saturday. Be there, and then the Monday after for the podcast. So we'll talk about those fights, and we can talk about everything and more. So, with all due respect, I'm going to go.